Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. I am Samantha and I am the Luxe Wife, and welcome back to another amazing home video. As you see by the title today, I am giving you some bathroom organization that you need for your home that is going to be practical, and of course it is going to be affordable. A few months ago I did a video on how to make your bathroom a luxury, how to elevate it to the next level. I will link that video if you have not had the opportunity to check it out, and you can watch it after this one. A luxury bathroom and an organized bathroom is two different things, and I want to make sure I give those things to you in the correct way. And I love doing these videos because it makes me think about the process of my bathroom. So when you guys see videos, it's not only that she practices what she preach, but you get to see it, okay? So if you are new here, welcome, welcome, welcome. If you are not new here, welcome back. And guys, without further ado, let's go ahead and get straight into today's video. So when it comes to having an organized bathroom, you want something that is going to be practical and something that's going to make sense. Let's talk about drawers in the bathroom. First things first, drawers need to be organized to the best ability and capability as possible. The first thing you want to do is basically measure the width of your drawer as well as the length of your drawer. That is going to help you when you go to organize your drawer. Now, what you need for those drawers to keep them organized are either A, bamboo organizers, or either B, acrylic organizers. Now, I'm going to tell you my pros and cons of both because I'm just going to tell you the pros and cons of both. Who would I be if I didn't give you those options, right? So if you like the bamboo organizers, one, they are more sturdy. You don't have to worry about them moving too much inside of the drawer, and it just makes sense. It looks more elevated. It looks like it costs more than it actually does because bamboo organizers are not that expensive, but it looks like it costs more, and in some instances it looked like it was built into the drawer versus having the acrylic. Now, the downside to the bamboo drawer organizers is that I do not like over time that if they get wet, they get stained. They're just stained, okay? And you guys know they're bamboo. If it gets wet and it stays wet, you know what happens with wood? It builds mold. So that is something to think about, okay? Now, that doesn't mean it's always going to be like that. It may not even happen for you. You just want to be mindful with your drawers because sometimes some bathrooms are smaller than others. Some drawers are in different places than others. If you have a small sink and the drawer is immediately right there, I would not recommend it, okay? Now, let's go into the acrylic drawer organizers. Now, I do love the acrylic ones because, again, they're very, very, very affordable. You can see everything that you have literally just by looking into it. You can see what you have. Kind of the same thing with the bamboo, but with the clear, they're all clear, so you have no problem there. They are easily washable, easily to dry. You won't have that mold or anything problem like that, okay? They are noisy, okay, because it is plastic, and so it's acrylic. It's very, very, very noisy. It don't look as polished, and because it is a thinner, obviously, product, the acrylic ones over the bamboo ones, they tend to shift and sometimes they may crack, but it's up to you. I have had both. I've loved both. There is no one or over the other for me. Price comes into play. It's just a matter of what you want to spend for, what makes sense for your drawer, and which one you like more, okay? So these drawer organizers are going to allow you to separate any type of toiletries that you have from your toothbrush to your toothpaste, hair accessories, makeup, anything like that that you want to be able to keep at hand's reach without actually overcrowding your countertop. That is something that you can utilize them for. I love them so much. And if you have drawers also, you also could use dividers in your drawers. That way you're separating your larger items, whether it's shampoo, conditioner, or even hair tools. That is an option to consider, okay? Now, let's move on. Now, something else that I've talked about time and time again on my channel is having floating shelves. I won't spend that much time on it because I just won't spend much time on it. I have a plethora of options of floating shelves, which will be linked in the description box. Now, when it comes to oversized floating shelves, those are the things you want to keep your towels, your more thicker products and things like that on. When it comes to your smaller floating shelves, those are the things that you want to keep, maybe like your skincare products, some of your everyday reach and grab deodorant. If you don't keep it in your drawer, those are things you want to keep on your smaller floating shelves. I love the acrylic ones. I also love when you go for a more elevated acrylic look. This is where luxury and organization can kind of collide, when you can go for an elevated, maybe acrylic and gold or black and gold, or even glass floating shelves onto the wall, which is going to make it look so much more polished, but you also get to store things the way you need to store them. Now, I'm saying all of this without saying it, but actually saying it. You have to declutter, okay? You have to be able to go through your things regularly in your bathroom. Look at expiration date. If it needs to get thrown out, throw it out, okay? The bathroom is one of those places where we just have stuff for so long unnecessarily, and then we go to pick it up and we're mad that it's a corner in there because we're not going through it regularly, okay? We're not making sense and making use of the space to where it needs to be. But that's why I'm here. I'm jump starting that for you. As we move, as seasons change, that is something that we always want to do. Just take a second once a month, okay? Just designate once a month just to go in there and clean it out. And once you start doing that, your once a month can be once every 2 months. It can then be a once a quarter. So now it's 4 times a year you're going through and you're discarding whatever you don't need, keeping what you need, discarding whatever has expired, and yeah. Now you guys know I love a good bathroom find, okay? And I've shared how having a shower caddy in the bathroom just makes sense. Now for those of you who have an elevated bathroom that may have shower niches, cutouts in your bathroom, then obviously you don't need it. But for those of us who do not, having a shower caddy makes sense. I did a video on when we first moved into our place here and how we basically organized our bathroom, especially putting shower caddies into the shower because they needed it, okay? The only place to set anything on was around the tub and it just did not make sense, okay? I don't want to be in a shower feeling like I gotta lean all the way down to the floor to get what I need to get, you know? It just doesn't make sense for what we have. It just, you know, we're over 5 feet. I'm 5'7", okay? Whether it looks like it or not. It's not considered tall, but it's also not considered short, if that makes sense. So leaning all the way over to the side of the tub just didn't make sense. And you guys know if anything sits on the tub and it's wet, where is it going to roll off? It's going to roll off onto the floor. So now we're making ourselves work harder than we have to, right? So we got to stop doing that, okay? So having a shower caddy, it can be whatever color you desire, okay? In my particular case, I've shared many times over that I have the gold, but I know people who love black. I know people who love just the regular silver kind. There are even some instances where, once again, luxury and organization collides and you can get acrylic and gold floating shelves for the shower and it just looks so good. It looks so good in your shower, okay? So don't feel like you can go and do one thing without the other because you don't have to. You don't have to. And again, that's why you have me to be able to find things for you, because sometimes you don't want your house looking like everybody else's. And I understand that. That makes total sense. So with that being said, utilize when I find something for you, just go down the rabbit hole and you may even see something else on the list that you love. Pull the trigger and there you go. Now, something I haven't really talked about and I haven't really discussed before, but because we're doing organization, we're going to talk about it, okay? Hooks. You need hooks in the bathroom, okay? I know we have towel racks in the bathroom, and I sometimes like to keep my decor, my towels that are pretty just on the towel rack. So technically, you're not supposed to use them. But where else is your towel supposed to go, and where is it going to be? Get you some hooks for the bathroom. When I tell you this is the most inexpensive purchase, because you can go as cheap as command hooks, and you know they don't damage the walls, but you can also go as to having gold, having black, having silver, whatever color hooks that you want. I mean, they're gorgeous out there, okay? From gold with acrylic, from gold and black, and they are incredibly gorgeous. And you get them most of the time 2 in a pack. If you need 4, then obviously you buy more if you need more than that. And sometimes they come 4 in a pack, but they are so affordable that this little added touch, this little added feature just makes so much more sense for your bathroom. Now, over the years, and even when I was growing up, and some of you probably still have it because I have one, we have the over the door shower hook thing, and that makes sense. But after a while, when you keep putting stuff on there, you know, you can't, the door is just not it's not opening all the way, or it's just not doing what it's supposed to do. Having incorporating hooks in the bathroom would allow you, one, to hang your towels, B, to hang your robes, and it just looks so much more better than trying to pull that robe from out your drawer or wherever you have it stored in your house. Let's move over and talk about maximizing vertical space, okay? So we know sometimes in smaller bathrooms, we really don't have much space. The only space we have is up and down, and being able to utilize that vertical space helps us so much in tremendous ways, which I've talked about. A, you can have floating shelves from larger folding shelves, either B, to the smaller size folding shelves. And you can also, if you have that space, you can have smaller, tall cabinet units. I do know IKEA offers a lot. Of course, Amazon, Walmart, those type stores, Home Depot, Lowe's, those type stores offer vertical storage for the bathroom. You can even have the ones that are over the toilet if you like that kind. Now, I'm not a fan of it, but I've also seen it done incredibly well. So if your bathroom is small, who cares about what I'm a fan of, what somebody else is not a fan of? You have to do what makes sense for the space. Over the toilet, vertical storage is super inexpensive. The nicer ones are going to cost you around $100. The inexpensive, cheap ones are obviously going to cost you less than that, between $20 and $30, okay? And sometimes you can find them on sale even cheaper. But utilizing that vertical space will take away from you having to put things around the bathroom floor and crowding that space, and now you have minimal space to walk through. Does that make sense? That makes sense. I know it makes sense. I know it makes sense. You have your options to pick of the litter. You have your options to pick your poison. My shower is literally right next to the toilet, so I have that option of having my floating shelves there and having my towels there, but I could have also went with the option of having the over the toilet storage. For those of you who don't have that option, if your toilet is away from the shower, I would even prefer you putting one there, because if you decide to get those wood cabinets, that shower water hitting that wood over time, that wood, it's not real wood, so it's going to swell, it's going to peel, and then you're going to have to spend money again. They also have the metal ones, but again, water hitting metal, once again, that's rust. So you just want to keep that in mind and consider those things when you're purchasing. But either way, you got your options. Now, you remember how I talked about having acrylic storage inside of your drawers? Now, if you have cabinets, now that is another place where you could utilize having acrylic storage. You can have the pull-out drawers. You can just have the ones that are stackable with lids. There's so many options of you having different acrylic storage that just makes so much sense for the space. Now, if you are utilizing that, taking a step up to organize that space would be to add labels to the front of those storage containers. Now, keep in mind, those labels are super inexpensive. A lot of times you can get a pack of 120 labels between Amazon and Etsy for under $5, okay? Under $5. And it's every label you can think of and things you have not thought of as a label that will allow you to put on your acrylic storage cabinets, and it just looks so good. And now when you are going in there, you're not digging everywhere to get what you need out of the bathroom. You don't have to say, well, now where did I put XYZ? Okay. Now, something I will talk about that I have not, but I have talked about is in my kitchen organization video, I talked about under the sink and how you have a pull out. There's that same option for the bathroom, which makes your day-to-day life even better. Okay, it's not really organization, it's more functionality, but it still makes sense for the space. So you can have the option of having a pull out underneath the drawer in your bathroom and having labels on every single thing in there, and it just looks so good. Okay, so remember, have the labels. The labels are super inexpensive, okay? Have the acrylic containers so you can know, so when you put the labels on there, you know exactly what are going in there. Making sure you are decluttering so you're not keeping things longer than you have to keep whatever it is that you have. Now, while we're underneath the sink in the bathroom, you can also utilize baskets, okay? I'm not totally against baskets because I think baskets is a nicer and elevated look. Again, that's where luxury and organization collides for me. Now, I like to use baskets in an open space because in an open space, the baskets look good, but you can't see what's inside of it. So it kind of hides the clutter or it hides the mess that you have in the baskets, versus in the cabinet, it could sometimes make it more darker. So you choose where you like to have the baskets at, whether you like to have it in the cabinet or outside of the cabinet, but having baskets is another one of those functionalities that also looks good. If you think about a linen closet in your bathroom, I'm not sure if you have one, but if you have one near it, just think about a linen closet. Having a linen closet and then you have, let's just say you have acrylic for just some bathroom excess, toothpaste or soap. You have acrylic storage for that. But then you turn around and you have baskets for your overflow of washcloths, your overflow of hand towels. Now those things look incredibly well without trying too hard or spending too much. Now baskets can get pricey depending on the type of the ones you want, the style of the one, the quality of the baskets. I know I've purchased baskets from Target and they were like $20 each. So if you need 4 baskets, you're already at almost $100, you know, $80. But if you are saying that you want to use acrylic is way cheaper, okay? Even if you find acrylic storage for 50% of the price, you're still spending more than 50% less than you would baskets. So it's kind of more of a preference thing. They're both on the affordability side, but if you want the affordable side, then you know where I'm going with this. But think of using baskets for your overflow of toilet tissue, your overflow of cleaning supplies. Again, as mentioned, towels, hand towels, washcloths, those things. Having baskets for that just elevates that bathroom, okay? Now, when we talk about organizing in the bathroom, whether it's your drawers, whether it's your cabinet, I think the most important thing is to organize things and frequency of use. So storing items at frequency of use, that is going to make your day so much, your morning routine, that night routine, so much more better, okay? Keep things that you always gravitate towards at eye level. So your toothpaste, any skincare products, if you're doing your makeup, if it's on your countertop, keep those things at eye level, and things you're not using all the time, those lotions you feel like are sometimey, you don't have to keep them at eye level. You know where to reach for them at, okay? That body butter that you don't use every day, you use for special occasions because it costs you so much, move that away from eye level. Put those things in places that you know you can still reach to easily and accessibly. But those things that you use every single day, that toothbrush, that toothpaste, the brush to brush your hair, everything that you use, keep it at eye level so you're not digging and rummaging through your things, trying to figure out where did I put it? What did I do with it? I know I just had it right here, and it makes so much more sense for your day, okay? I know at one point I had all of my skincare products on my countertop, and I just thought it was the best thing because I could see everything. But realistically, I didn't use all of my skincare products every single day. My under eye cream, I didn't use it every day, okay? Certain toners, I did not use them every single day. It was like once every maybe 3 days or something like that. And I was just like, it's taking up too much space unnecessarily. So I need to reconfigure this space in the best way possible. So I added the floating shelves onto the wall, and now I'm able to keep the everyday ones that I use, my face wash, my face cream, to the front of that, and the ones that I don't gravitate towards, I keep it at the back so I don't have to worry about reaching over something falls and everything is just not laid out properly. So keep that in mind. Make sure you are storing your things at frequency of use, and that is the best advice out of anything I said today, because it's no need for your blow dryer to be in your drawer when you're not blow drying your hair every single day, okay? It just doesn't make sense. Go ahead and store that maybe in a nice basket or in a nice acrylic drawer underneath the cabinet, something you don't use every day, okay? And and we're going to keep it at that. If you can store your things and group your things together, that is going to make so much more sense for your bathroom. Now, let's take into account if you have a shared bathroom with your spouse. So I have a shared bathroom with my spouse. We only have one drawer in the middle, okay? Now, some of you may have multiple drawers. So you can do yours one way, you can do his one way, and then you're good to go. But for those of us who have shared drawers, this is when it becomes even more strategic of how we store things, because it's going to be important that his things that he uses every single day compared to the things that we use every single day are equally shared in the drawer. Now, I know you're saying like equally. Girl, I got more than him. I know. But if we get some storage inside the drawers and you realize that his space doesn't need as much as your space, then, there you go. Everybody's happy, okay? Everybody is happy. But just keep in mind, just being able to store things in a strategic way, your toothbrushes, your toothpastes, your mouthwash, everything stored strategically makes more sense. Now, there are things that you can use that actually allows you to have more space. So for example, there are systems that you can have for your mouthwash. There are systems that you can have for your toothbrush where you can keep it on the countertop. I know some of you do not like to keep your toothbrush exposed because of germs, but there are systems where your toothbrush is enclosed, so you don't have to worry about germs or anything like that getting onto your toothbrush since it's out in the air. So that is going to free up space inside of your drawer, okay? I know it makes sense. Including your toothpaste. There are things you can put, units you can put onto the wall that stores your toothpaste. There's also little machines that you can press and put your toothpaste in. So you just put your toothbrush under and it's going to put your toothpaste onto the toothbrush. But keep in mind, those things can, one, take up more space than you have, or even if it doesn't take up space, those things can also get messy over time. So pick and choose your fight, okay? Pick and choose your fight. I just want you to have an organized bathroom that is going to make sense for you. And I know for a fact today I gave you several options to be able to have an organized bathroom that is going to make sense for your space, okay? So we can have luxury, we can have organization. Though they are two different things, sometimes they have the ability to collide where you can have something that looks nice storing whatever it is you have, because not all of us are in the space or in the moment where we have the perfectly laid out, designed bathroom. I know I don't yet, but when I do, you guys will be able to see, one, how it's laid out, and two, you guys already know, like, you know what, she's been this way prior to even getting to this point in her life. So if you see somebody saying something they shouldn't say, I know y'all got my back. I know y'all got my back because you already do. You already do. So yeah, that's that. Well, guys, we have made it to the end of today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. Enjoyed me talking about getting your bathroom organized. It is one of those places where we are constantly in on top of the kitchen. It's just one of those places that get a lot of movement every single morning, every single day. And I want to make sure that it is laid out and stored out properly and strategically, so that way it makes more sense for your day-to-day life. I can't wait to be able to implement some of these things so you guys can go along with me and see, because some people are visual, others I can tell you and you can know, okay, this is what I need to do. But I'm a little bit of both. I like telling and I also like seeing the results of what you told me. So that is what we do here. We talk about it, we do it. We talk about it, we do it. We talk about it, we do it. But thank you so much for sticking around. If you are still here and you have not subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. I would love for you to join the family. But until next time, until the next home video, which of course is next week, I will see you guys later. Bye.